afraid to say that.
Yeah.
Sam?
Your school, I've forgotten the title.
School resource officer, Carl Baptiste currently.
Can you tell me a little bit what he does out of curiosity? I know I can imagine some of it, of course, from the title.
Sure. Look at, when the school resource officer program first started, it was about building relationships. It was kind of a secondary DARE program, drug alcohol resistance program, which was met with some skepticism. So the school resource officer program came in for a couple of things. A, to build a relationship instead of us versus them, it is us together as a team, police and students, police and schools and so forth. So it was there for that reason, to start building relationships with the kids so that the trust was there for such things as drug use, sexual abuse, both outside and in the homes. So that people who have those everlasting scars that remain with them forever and get passed on to generations would hopefully go to a police officer who had the trust in, and it wasn't just a disciplinarian, so that he or she could deal with the kids to affect change in their life. So that's how it started. It evolved into also a protective element within the schools. Sandy Hook's a prime example, and there's all sorts of proponents and opponents of gun regulation and so forth. But I venture to say that with an officer who's properly trained in the schools, that officer can act as a protective agent for a person with mental disabilities or just a hate-filled individual who will walk into a situation like that to kill people. Our school resource officer, we have trained in the National School Resource Officer Program. In fact, what was it, Kevin, 2 weeks prior to Sandy Hook, we had him on an active shooter course, which at first he says, well, what do I have to have this active shooter course for? So you go into the active shooter course, and he has the training and the best training on how to handle an active shooter in a tight environment like that, where you have, in fact, a lot of potential victims. So it used to be, back in the old days, it used to be wait and call in for reinforcements and so forth. Now it is active shooter training, you focus in and you attack.
Also, Chief, 2 days before the Sandy Hook tragic incident, 2 days before it, Officer Carl Baptiste did a program with the high school for an active shooter in the building. What would we do? We did a drill. That was 2 days before the Sandy Hook
Right.
incident.
So it just shows you, right? They're there for a lot of reasons. But you know what? Last night, right? Lieutenant Walsh and I at the station last night, and Carl was there with a couple of kids and their parents. He's a counselor, he's a protector, he's a friend, he's an enforcer when needed. He's all those things. You know what I need? I probably need 3 of them for this town.
I would